Mr. Matt Afifi, black belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Really cool, man.
Yeah.
You finally made it. Thanks
Did.
for making the time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for inviting me.
Right before Christmas.
Yeah, special one.
So how does it feel?
Be a black belt. It's definitely weird. 12 years, like I said,
Because you're saying like, you're already like, first you're a kid and then, year after year, you kind of move up little by little in the line, right? On the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Starting from the back of the wall, basically, where all those etiquette things are, and now lining up in front of everybody, not on the wall. It's definitely it's a little shock. Yeah.
We were talking about how the stripes, like you didn't have any stripes on your brown belts.
Yeah. Yeah, and then 4 in one day, it was a shock for sure, especially from the people who kind of made me
mentors. Yeah, Rockley, it's like we're trying to get him to stay to
that black belt
that day, the graduation, but he had to go the week before. He was staying around, and he was like, okay. At first, it was like a long way away. It was like more than a month. And I was like, man, just stay.
Yeah.
For you, Josiah, some of the younger guys,
Yeah, I was bummed out when I heard he left. Josiah told me he left. I was like, oh man, we had just taken a picture too.
Yeah.
All of us.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. He's inside, He's inside of you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Had you guys climb those ropes after training?
Yeah. I remember coming in at like 9 a.m. and it was just training. If you weren't training, or like if you weren't the ones rolling, you'd be climbing the rope until the people either got tapped out or the time ran out, and you had to train now. So good times.
And we were talking about, did you get any stripes on any of your belts? White belt, right?
White belt I did because I was a teenager, as a kid. Blue belt, I got one from you after taking third at Nogi Worlds. I was 17, I think, at middleweight. I trained like 2 days for it. I signed up on a whim. And that was the day, that tournament, it was in San Francisco. That was the one time they changed it. So got a ticket going up there too, trying to make it on time.
Yeah.
Got pulled over.
You got a ticket, a car ticket.
Yep. Yeah.
That's cool.
But a purple.
Nah, that's not cool, but it's cool that you drove up there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like
that's
the
cool.
day before.
Like a road trip.
Yeah, the day before. And then at purple, I got no stripes. And then at brown, I got 4 straight in one day.
I was sharing with you. I was like, I only got stripes one time.
Yeah.
When I was a blue belt.
Yeah.
Directly, after class. I think we're, after you train, you hang out on the mat.
Yeah, of course.
And he was already on the bench on the side, and he was like, "You know what? You're 4 stripes." I was like, "Whoa, no way!"
Just made you 4 stripes like that. Just said it.
I don't think I ever put the stripes on.
Yeah.
But it was just the fact. I was like, "Oh my god, no way! I couldn't believe it."
Mentally.
Yeah, I was like, man. So that means I'm close to blue.
Yeah.
Not that I was even thinking about the belts, but just kind of really felt so good.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think it feels good to kind of get acknowledged, whether it's like a physical thing, having a strap on your belt, or just your professor saying, "Good job." If you're trying so hard, and I mean, it now being, or it created all this jiu-jitsu, and MMA and whatnot. Like, having that acknowledgement from somebody who you look up to, it's like, oh man.
And then the black belt, right? Like back in those days, well, his first promotion, group of black belts, So it was like 4 black belts, and you didn't get a belt. You don't wear a uniform. It was just like in a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah. It's like,
and then your black belt, I got a piece of paper. Carlos Gracie Jr. was cool. He came, from Rio, and then I remember driving around that day, driving all around Belo Horizonte, in Brazil, to find a black belt, and I finally found it at like a Taekwondo kind of store.
Hey man, I need black belt to work at this
I was pumped. I was, oh my god, I made it.
Yeah.
It was so emotional. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sure. But
how did you feel?
I don't know. I think anybody who saw my speech, I was kind of like a loss for words.
Yeah.
I couldn't really say anything, like put 2 things together, but I was kind of saying whatever was top of my head.
Like, I don't really tell people, right, that you're going to get promoted, but you knew, like, what are some of the things, what kind of memories, what kind of things were going through your head, and just in the process of the week and days leading up, and
I definitely think it's funny because like Josiah and I kind of didn't really train a lot at like the colored belts so much because just
train together.
Yeah, I trained together. But I think mainly like he was running through my head because I was like, if I'm not getting it, you're not getting it, and if you're not getting, I don't want it. Like I want to get it together. Like it kind of brought back like how him and I just came up together, you know. And even though he's in a huge different weight class than I am.
Oh my God. I was showing him that old video that Enrique did, that One Team One Goal legacy video on YouTube. And how like he was like a middleweight.
Yeah, he was like my weight.
Yeah,
and like I didn't like train with him for a couple of years, and all of a sudden he came like 200 plus. I was like, whoa, dude.
He can still move though.
Yeah, he still moves like a feather, you know.
Yeah.
But and he's still the nicest person ever. I honestly don't think he's ever got a bad bone in his body.
Yeah, you gotta yell at him and you gotta fire him up to. But that's so great for a teacher and for just for a jiu-jitsu artist. Yeah, super patient. Yeah,
and like him and I were talking because right after we went to the cafe and we were just kind of sitting there and be like, dude, this is.
You guys had a conversation.
Yeah.
Before or after?
Before and after.
Oh, okay. So what was that? What did you guys
the conversation before, I was actually at the cafe with Jarrell, and then Josiah had come over and we were just hanging out. We're like, dude, made it, dude. Like this is it, you know. Like this is what. Since we've known each other, we went to the same school together at John Burroughs, but we didn't really hang out. And this is kind of where we met, and it kind of like our friendship just kind of like blew up from there. As my first training partner essentially, and as a kid, and we all came up together. And now we're black belts, and which is crazy to me because we were always the youngest. And I remember I was itching at doing the advanced class when I was still a kid. I was a white belt. I did not have 3 stripes yet because there was a rule you needed to be 3 stripes. To get into that advanced class, and I had like 1 or 2, and I was like, please just let me do it. Like, I don't care if I get beat up, I just want to do it. And it was with all adults. And it was always cool being the younger one because everyone kind of like, he's a younger brother, dude. Like,
and Jerry was like, man, he walks around here like he owns a place. He's able to just walk into the office, and he doesn't like it. It's like whatever, you know. Like one of the kids, you know, one of our kids, you know. Like so, she's like, oh, he's like homegrown. Oh, he grew up here. Okay, you know, I get it now. How he's able to walk around like. You know, like he owns the place.
Like, who is this kid? Like when the guys say it to you, and like even to Adit, like I call Adit mom whenever I'm here. I call you dad whenever I'm here. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know. You guys didn't volunteer to be my parents, but you got another son. You know.
Yeah.
And like I remember with Sevon too. It's like he was like my little brother.
Yeah.
The only way I can get him on the mat was to.
Yeah, little baby. He's a little baby.
I had to like fight him out of the locker room, throw him on my back. It was the only way he'd step on the mat.
That first summer camp.
Yeah, it was
that first summer camp. Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
you've been through a lot.
Yeah, and then we had that, like just seeing a lot of people too, like come basically like being recycled through the gym. Like you come, whether it would be visitors or just anybody, you know, and all the connections you make, and like with the friends from London that came, they hit me up and they're like, "Congrats!" I was like, "Oh my god!"
Like the Kira and Phoebe and
no.
Ira,
Ty, and Leslie.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Super big dudes.
Yeah.
From London,
big
like
black guys. Yeah. Cool.
I was like, whoa, man, like that's super cool. And now like Ty and I'll talk randomly.
Yeah.
Opposed
Cool.
to, like we hadn't talked in so long, and it's like
you have a friend in London, right?
Yeah,
to go visit
exactly.
now.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, this is cool. And then Jesse as well. Like, he's a huge part of my whole jiu-jitsu journey. You know?
Yeah, because you used to go to New Mexico. You stayed some time with him. You lived in his house.
I lived at his house a whole month.
Yeah,
it was initially going to be a week, and then his dad was like, "You're welcome as long as you'd like." And then his dad would cook for us and yell at us a lot, make us walk to the gym because Jesse didn't have a car.
What do you say?
You make a mess, you clean the mess. So every dish would just be like
with some curse words in there.
Yeah, some little profanity in there. But yeah, I remember the first time going to New Mexico, I was like, "Hey, dude, let's go." I think I was 17. No, I was 16 and Jesse was 17. He had come, and then we had taken a train from here all the way to New Mexico.
Really?
Like
I've always wanted to do that.
It was $70.
Amtrak, right?
Yep.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, it was 18 hours.
How is it taking a train?
It was gnarly. It was my first time ever on a train with somebody I had just met, kind of, you know. But one thing we bonded over hugely was jiu-jitsu, and we were both like super passionate about it. We're both good at it, so it was like, all right, we're gonna do this and take over the world, you know?
Yeah.
I remember he would tell me that a lot, like we're just taking over everything, and any tournament we touch.
Because he's you know he won everything, man. At those younger years, like the juvenile, like it's phenomenal. He was like, you know, and then yeah, and then was he wrestling in college at the time when you went there? No, he already had his ankle injury.
Yeah, he had his ankle injury. He wasn't. Okay. He hadn't wrestled yet, and then as like
he was coming back from that, right?
Yeah, and he'd still beat me. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. But yeah, we took that train. I remember I was scared just because I was like, I don't know, where are we going, man? Like I know it's there, but like I know we're going to Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Or Albuquerque. You know, and your dad is gonna pick us up from Albuquerque, but it's like, how about going there? Like people on the train.
Is it like
it's safe? It's clean.
It's clean. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah.
How many hours did it take?
18.
Okay, that's not crazy. So you can do it in a day if you leave early?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did it overnight. We got there like afternoon and then got to the next day.
Okay.
We slept through the night. I
remember. And so do you have to leave the train, or can you stay on the train during the whole time?
I think we left the train a few times for other people to be dropped off at other certain places.
Right.
We're like, we just need to stretch our legs, man.
Like, so you're able to get up if you need to, but if you don't want to, you can just keep sleeping or whatever.
Yeah, I remember.
Can you lay down? Is there a thing to lay down?
Him and I both slept on the ground and like hugged our bags because we didn't know.
On the ground? Yeah. There's not a bench or like a seat you can lay down?
We don't have money to pay for that.
Oh, that's upgraded, huh?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's cool. Those are good memories.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and like that, I think that's where I stayed a month. And then I was like, I'll buy a plane ticket back home. And I kept pushing my plane ticket date.
That's cool.
I call my dad like every once a week, just be like, all right, I think I'm going to stay a week longer. I'm going to stay a week longer. And I trained every single day. I got to meet great people. Professor Brata and Tusa out there. And then Sergio and Genesis. And Genesis
got her black belt. Yeah.
She's super stoked about that.
He ended up taking over the gym too.
Yeah.
Sergio. Yeah. We were joking because I was there for like 7 years. Then Tom Pless, 14 years, and then Sergio, he's like we're joking with him, 21 years,
But and then his dad would cook for us and just hang out, and I've never really been like out on my own. That was the first time I was ever out on my own.
Okay.
And being friends with Jesse is just kind of like you're just doing wild things out there, So I'm kind of like, this is awesome. I'm gonna stay another month, and then.
Santa Fe is a cool town too, right? It's beautiful. Small, but it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's quiet.
Yeah, quiet.
It's lovely.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back soon.
Yeah.
I remember Genesis and Madi and Malik were kind of sad. I'm not going with you.
Yeah.
So
for Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
you should come one of the years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
I've been telling her I want to go back and
or even drive out there or whatever.
Just hang out.
Yeah.
And then meeting good people like Madi and Malik too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah. It's crazy. A lot of years. I just have the memory of your mom bringing you in and talking to your mom every day. She's like up in your business. I was like checking up on you, making sure you're doing your things. And this and that.
Yeah. Basically, your guy's kind of like my babysitter.
And then I remember you're a football coach. Because we played football in high school. He was like, he's so talented, this and that.
Yeah.
But then you like stopped, and then I don't know what it was, but was it your mom or somebody just like kind of stopping? You would start something and stop something.
It was my dad. My dad was huge on it because I played a lot of sports because my cousins played sports. I didn't play it because I wanted to, really.
Okay.
And like I was always the smallest and physically not the strongest.
Now you're jacked, man. All that firefighting,
So.
Yeah, man. The legs.
Yeah, a lot of legs. But jiu-jitsu was the actual first sport I actually ever chose on my own.
You chose it your own?
Yeah.
What made you want to do jiu-jitsu?
There was football off season, and I wanted to stay in shape. And I was like, this seems pretty cool.
Did you drive by, or how'd you see it? What made
I went to Burroughs, so I just walked. I'd always go to the mall, so I'd walk across the bridge, and I'd always see this place here. It was like Gracie Baja. I was like, okay, Gracie.
Okay.
Gracie Baja something. Like.
Okay.
And then.
Did you walk in, or did you come with your mom?
I came with my dad. Only my
dad.
dad.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad was like, for signing up, you better stick with it, because $140 for a gi, man, it's a lot of money, I was like, Dad, I promise I'll stick with it. And then I had that one gi until I got my blue belt. I trained every day as much as I could. That was the only gi I had. So I still have that original gi. It is torn and shredded to bits, and my mom has had a lot of sweat and man hours into sewing that thing back together. So
what a story, man. What a story.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's the only thing I ever really, sport-wise, that I chose and stuck with. And, you know.
And as long as I've known you, you've been wanting to become a firefighter.
Yeah.
And you just recently got hired, right?
Yeah.
Like
beginning of this year, I was fortunate enough to go with Ventura County.
Uh-huh.
Their wildland crew, and I thought it was a huge thing, you know. And then,
yeah.
But there's always one more step, and now they're kind of trying to transition over to making everyone permanent, and so I would say I got another opportunity to be the people chosen for those spots, and now it's kind of now you have a full blown career.
It's awesome, man. I'm really proud of you, man. It's, you stuck with, you never stopped. You were busy. You were firefighting. You were doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But you're always EMT, all your schooling. Yeah. But you always like made time to come in and show up and with your big smile and
Yeah, I mean, I remember just I think if anybody knew me like 10 years ago, like Crispy and all the old school guys, like. I didn't always have a smile on my face.
Yeah, I used to get mad.
A lot.
Used to get mad.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I used to get mad a lot.
Yeah. You would lose and you would get mad.
Yeah, like, period. And I remember there was one time I accidentally, like, maybe had struck somebody in the face, and you had kicked me out for it, just kind of like, you can't.
I don't remember that. Tell me, what happened?
I remember where it was, too. It was obviously in the big room, in the corner next to the window. Somebody had not knee on belly me, they like knee on back and just pulled me. I got mad and I got up and punched him in the face. And then I think you kicked me out right there.
Are they still here?
No.
Okay.
No, they stayed like years and after.
Yeah.
And then I think just like life or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
They got their belt.
Savage, you would tell me like, keep an eye on it. Like he's got to control himself because you would get mad at him too.
Yeah.
What changed? What shifted that?
I think just getting older, really. Like, I'm not old, I'm 26, but I think just kind of making a promise to myself. Like, I think when I got my purple, I was kind of like, I'm going to control my own emotions now. Especially jiu-jitsu, because I was doing jiu-jitsu more full-time then. I was teaching at Glendale and everything, and I was kind of like, I need to for myself. I don't care about, it sounds selfish, but I don't care about anybody else right now. This is only for me. I got to make sure, because like I see how beautiful the sport is. It's not beautiful when you're getting up and hitting somebody or stomping off.
Losing your temper.
Exactly, and I remember you talked to me a lot about losing your temper. Like, you can't do that. Like, so I was like, I think I was just.
Why do you think you were getting so mad?
I don't know. I think it's a lot of anger inside of me, always being like the smallest and the weakest, and then I think that's also why I played football. It was just an outlet to run and hit somebody and not get in trouble for it. Like it was just something so simple. It's like, putting on full pads to run and not get in trouble to hit somebody as hard as I can. You get praised to hit somebody. That's great. Like,
that's funny, man. Yeah, purple belt. Yeah, you started to get your De La Riva Barabola game on.
Yeah. I get smashed by white belts because I was trying something new that I've never tried before. So, and I think that too is like, you can't get mad. If you want to be good at this, you want to try this thing, you cannot get mad when you don't succeed at it. You keep trying until you can't get it wrong, and then you won't be mad anymore. And then you just help the next person who's also trying for themselves.
Let's give a shout out to Professor George.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Let's he was here, like he taught here for 8 years in Burbank, right?
Yeah.
And he's in Glendale, and you were helping him teach there as well, right?
That was his first coach. He told me if I wanted to be a coach, I got to get my purple belt first. And right when I got my purple belt, I think he was there, I think, when he got it. So I looked at him right away. I was like, can I be a coach now? Like, I've been wanting to have my own classes and whatnot, and he gave me the opportunity to do that. So, yeah.
How'd you like teaching?
It was good. I think it kind of helped me a lot as just a jiu-jitsu player in general, because I like getting older now. I think if you can't like teach a technique, you don't really know it yourself.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's it.
Because then, if you really know it, you should be able to break it down. Step 1, step 2, step 3. For somebody who doesn't know it at all, right? Like. So I think it was cool, and just seeing how like jiu-jitsu kind of helped everybody else kind of what it did for me. So it's like, oh, now I'm just turning the favor, you know, like
Yeah.
without even knowing.
Yeah.
They don't even know. But for you, it's kind of like I feel so happy just seeing them happy, getting something done, getting something so simple as like scissor sweep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Simple to us, but it's like somebody who's never done anything or has felt any control or whatnot. Now this is a place where they can feel good and have some sort of.
Man, what are some happy moments, like road trips? You did your Amtrak trek with Jess. You know, what are some happy moments when you think back? You know, these last, I don't know, is it 10 years?
11, 12.
11 years, yeah. Because you were here the first year we opened up in Burbank.
Yeah. I think happy moments would definitely.
So it was 11 years, yeah.
Yeah. Would probably be winning Nogi Worlds was definitely the top of them. That medal still hangs in my room. So, and I think just being there and kind of just like I think the reason I got to that position, like getting third, I never thought. I didn't even know that I had gotten third. I looked at you. I was like, oh, I lost, like whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
Yeah, you had a lot of matches. Yeah, like five, 6 matches.
6, like 5 minutes back to back from each other, and I was like, oh man, this sucks. But I think it was just kind of like I just kind of enjoyed the sport for what it was. Like everyone's there, like take everyone's energy and use it. You know, like everyone's there, everyone's happy, everyone wants to be there, and just fight. And it was super cool, and I think also doing that in front of like you and like who else was there? I think Joy was there too, and Juan and Josiah was there, and a few other guys from Hollywood too were there, and it was kind of cool doing in front of your teammates.
Yeah.
You know, going in with no pressure.
It was at that Cow
Palace.
Cow Palace.
Like, oh man,
it was like a rodeo place.
Yeah, there's still dirt on the ground. You're like, you guys cleaned this out yesterday. Yeah, it smelled like a lot of cow dung. But
the Nogi Worlds, the IBJJF Nogi Worlds.
It was cool that it was shorts from someone because my shorts, they didn't like them. They
didn't pass.
Nah, so I borrowed some shorts from somebody that were oversized. I was like, I'm just gonna. And Jesse and I had been wrestling a lot. So
you had wrestled, so that set you up for success, right? Because you went out to New Mexico and wrestled a lot.
Wrestled for a month with Jesse, basically.
Yeah.
I just wrestled every single day and did jiu-jitsu as well, you know, and lifted and whatnot. And I don't think my butt hit the ground once because I just out-wrestled everyone, like at middleweight, which looking back at it now, it's like that is not the weight I should be fighting at because I feel very comfortable at lightweight now because everyone was super tall at middleweight. I'm like, geez, these guys are monsters.
Middleweight.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that I did ever fight at that weight now because I see like how cutting weight helps you and whatnot. And like, oh man, I got to fight a lightweight now. And then another good memory was when I did 80cc trials here in Burbank at the Muscle Farm. I had gone with no expectation whatsoever. Just want to fight. It's an experience, you know. It was at the Muscle Farm headquarters here in Burbank, and it was definitely a huge experience seeing everybody from the U.S. basically come, and you're like, these guys are here for blood. Like, you know, and I think that's probably the closest I'll probably get to maybe your time, old school, where everyone fought. Like, they went at it. Yeah. You know, like, everything went. You can pick people up, slam them, heel hooks, everything. I don't care what belt you were. The only thing that mattered was weight. And I had dropped down to the lowest weight, which was 66 kilos.
145 pounds.
Yeah. So imagine me, just a skeleton.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was gnarly, really. I had a great time, you know. Last second, I think I got heel hooked the last like 2 seconds. But it's a great time.
But you made that weight cut for that.
Yeah. That was not fun. Ate salad every day. Only salad too. Just spinach, bowls of spinach every day.
No chicken or tuna or anything?
No, I couldn't. Because at that weight, I was ready.
I would cut weight with, you cut weight with protein, you know, so you have the protein and then just the carbs because the carbs make you retain the water and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It was cut your calories.
Yeah, I remember because I was already walking around at that weight at 155, like around that time at 155 pounds. I was really skinny.
Was the weigh in the morning of?
Morning of.
Okay. Wow, that's a real 145 weight cut.
It's a rough one. That's the first time ever to cut weight.
Respect. You know? Yeah, like that. That's a big cut.
God, yeah, going from like 160 something and then 55 and then now 45. I was like,
good for you, man. That's legit.
Thank you.
You earned that black belt.
Oh God. Yeah, I would hope so. You know, but Another one. Probably just training with a lot of people. Like I've harped on before, like the relationships you make here. And AD, Adil, he got me to train with at Chad George's gym. Those guys are no joke either. So that was a good experience. Just I think just training with a lot of people kind of. I'm a product of a lot, you know.
For sure. Takes a village, right?
Exactly.
It's not like one person, two people. It's like it's the group, you know.
It's everybody you meet along the way to get to your journey.
Like you wrestling with Jess in New Mexico.
Yeah, huge part.
Like change your game.
That's probably why my balance is pretty decent.
Man, people think they're gonna take you down or sweep you, and you're like, nope.
No. Yeah, I just refuse to go on my butt unless I decide to do it myself.
Yeah.
I refuse to let somebody else force me on, take me down.
Yeah.
Which I think is good. Just a mindset that Jesse kind of helped me with too at such a young age, you know. Just never go down. Like, and always set the pace. So that's why I think like I always like to go really, really fast sometimes. Because then you'll get tired.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that I don't. So
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Did you watch the ADCC this year?
I watched a little bit of it.
Did you watch some of the highlights and stuff?
Yeah.
Did you see the production of it? So when I got some stem cells and I was with the promoter, and I went to the one in Anaheim the 2 years before.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty cool, you know. It was like a leveled up, you know. And he's like, "Nah, man, like you have no idea what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Bruce Buffer. We're gonna have the woman who announced Pride. We're gonna have like, you know, everything, like fireworks, you name it. Like, you know, the guys like the Olympics with their own uniforms, whatever. It's like a little thing, but like it makes it look so cool. Like they announced them, and it was gonna be in the Thomas and Mack Center, you know, like like a big arena.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah,
arena.
Yeah. And now I saw he's talking to was it the T-Mobile Center, where they have the UFCs and stuff.
Yeah, make it more legit.
Yeah, so like mainstream, and so that was you know, having the people's names on the big screen and
flags and everything.
Yeah, man, you representing your country, and then you know, because it's there's just the scoring, right? But now it's like very, very clear for people. Like I think a lot of people didn't understand like the scoring, you know, comparing to like jiu-jitsu, and I mean jiu-jitsu there's a lot of gray areas, but. What's cool about ADCC, right, is like you dominate. You have to dominate. You have to dominate, and you have to really control. And it's more like a say more like, but kind of more like a fight thing. Because like IBJF tournaments, sometimes like, man, you smash in the guy, and then you lose by
an advantage.
Yeah, because the guy has and he can just hold on till the end, you know. But in ADCC, it's you know it's
you win.
Yeah, it's a grind, right? And especially like the time limits, you know, 10 minutes, and then. You know, the finals, like 20 minutes, and
I think it's cool. I think it's definitely like I think that definitely showcases the sport in its more brutal side, but like showcases it for what it is. Like
just real. Like they call it the gentle art, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The gentle art, but like, you know, it is what it is. You know,
it's a martial art.
Yeah,
it can be called anything gentle, but at the end of the day, you're still out there trying to hurt somebody. I guess you know.
Yeah, like you don't want.
You don't want to hurt them, but
what's the word? My friend, I always saw a joke with my friend. We like to smash people, but what did I say? Like we don't like to hurt people. We like to fuck people up. Fuck people up, but we don't want to hurt them. You don't want to be you don't want to hurt somebody, but you want to mess them up. You know?
Prove your point.
Yeah, you know, just it is what it is. You know, like dominates.
It's the sport.
You know, yeah. And so,
I definitely think I like doing the ADCC trials. Like that kind of like intrigued me more because I was like, oh, this is like.
It's cool, man. It's really cool.
It's more brutal than just like. It's very clear. These points, these rules, all submissions are a go.
Yeah, there's no like somebody reaping a leg and like and, tapping out and then getting
like, no, this is part of the sport as well.
Yeah,
I don't think it should be. Not included because of your rank or whatnot, you know, like especially at black belt. It's like I think everything should be able.
Yeah.
In any organization, IBJJF, NBJJF.
Yeah.
ADCC,
I mean, that's why it's cool the rule set because everything goes, anything goes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and if you got it, you got it. If you don't do it.
Yeah, come back in 2 years.
Yeah. But it was really cool. Like meeting Mo and just hearing all the, he was like a fanatic of the sport,
Obsessed.
of ADCC. Yeah, obsessed.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, he knew everybody. He knew all the stats, and then just seeing him that weekend walking around, and just so many people from around the world, and he was just nonstop. And though I saw him working like nonstop, answering messages and just texts and social media.
Grinder.
Yeah, man. I was like, damn, it inspired me.
Of course, yeah.
And then sitting there in the audience that weekend, and the guys getting their he did a Hall of Fame inductee thing, and he had like all the like Dean Lister, like Barry Yoshida, Kira Gracie, Haja Gracie,
all these guys.
Yeah, Marcelo Garcia. And I was like, man, I was just sitting there, and they're talking like Ken Florian was the kind of presenting them and all that, and I was just sitting there like, I was just so proud, man, to be in the room and just to be there and like witness the sport from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, like, because you were at the beginning, essentially, you got a piece of paper that said you were a black belt, not an actual belt, like, and now it's.
But it was even before like no gi things. Like the first no gi things was ADCC, and it was started like in I think 98, 98. And then Jacqueline came back. He went to 99, and he went. So 98 was the first one. Jacqueline went to the next one, and then he came back, was telling us all about it. We're like, oh man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then that's when it kind of got crazy, right? And then they moved it. I think they started to move it, but the first no, so they started to have no gi tournaments too around that time. And so the first one was that I went to that really began the thing was. It was in the Grappler's Quest.
I did Grappler's Quest.
Yeah, in 2000. And so this is in Vegas as well. So that's why I was just kind of reminiscing when they were doing the presentations. I just couldn't help but think about like the history, the first, like Jean-Jacques did a thing, and he was part of what was it called? Grappling Games. It was called Grappling Games. They no longer exist, but Grappling Games, and they had a no-gi. There was a no-gi division, which was cool. Like Eddie Bravo was theirs before he won beat Holy Gracie and all that. And so did that, and then the 2000 one was like the Grappler's Crest was a legit kind of no-gi tournament, and so we drove out there from New Mexico, and it was in a high school. It was like Durango High. I remember that. Alshandi was here. It was cool. We drove out there from New Mexico, and just reminiscing, on how far it's come.
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu on the whole. I remember some years back we were in Vegas for the Master Worlds, and it was at the main Las Vegas Convention Center. And it said like jiu-jitsu big, and
it's a huge thing now. Like
it's huge. It was huge. Yeah, it was huge.
Billboards.
Yeah, it was like we made it. We made it
as a sport.
And then seeing the ADCC, the way it was presented, the production value, just the way the athletes were treated. I was just it was such an honor.
These are like
I love jiu-jitsu. I love what it can do for people. It's not just the competition, it's everything.
It's for your life.
Yeah, you live your best life. It's a tool, right?
Exactly.
And so it deserves, man. At the competition, it deserves to have that kind of recognition.
Yeah, definitely.
And the way they made it just made it. It's just so cool, legit. Yeah, and it was such an honor to see it grow, the different stages from, being in different high school gyms or middle school even, to the Thomas and Mack Center.
Yeah,
really front and center.
Grown up and
like
I haven't been in jiu-jitsu as long as you, obviously, but I think definitely, like, even for the 11 years I've been doing it, I think I've seen it blow up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because speaking on Grappler's Quest, I think that was the first tournament I did. Besides the in-house tournament, that Grappler's Quest, it was funny because it was with Jesse, too.
Was it in Vegas? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it. You, Edwin Najmi.
Yeah.
You, Edwin Najmi, and Jess. Yeah. Edwin was coming up, and you guys were all blue belts together.
Yeah, and then...
That's right.
Cool.
And we took
Jesse
the picture.
was coaching me too. And because you weren't there. Were you there?
I was there, but I think somehow I missed your match.
Yeah. So
because you came with somebody else. No. You went with Gino and you went with them. Gino, with Josiah too, right?
Josiah was there. Yeah.
Right. So you went with the different. Yeah, you were
with a different group essentially. And
yeah.
I remember Jesse was with us, and so he
met you guys from New Mexico. He drove up there.
Yeah. I think that was the one time were like, are you gonna be there? Are you gonna be there? All right, I'll see you there. And then it happened, you know, and then he coached me. I was still a white belt.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was the first tournament my parents actually ever saw me like go to like actually win.
Fight hard, yeah.
Yeah, like
fight to win.
Yeah, and I ended up getting the gold.
Your dad went?
Yeah, my dad went. I don't think my mom was there.
But your dad saw you win.
Yeah, my dad saw me accidentally hurt somebody, but once again, it's a sport. He didn't tap.
Yeah.
So, but Jesse was just like, dude, go do it. He's standing you.
He saw your potential too, right?
Yeah, and he kept pushing me like, and then anytime he'd come here, we'd always train and then be in the back room wrestling after everyone had left. And I remember we'd sleep here too when you were still building the other room.
Oh yeah, you guys helped. You helped break down the wall.
Yeah,
I have some pictures of you breaking down the wall. The jiu-jitsu room going into the takva room.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And the room was like half the size of what it is now.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy. And there were 2 rooms, like right when you walk in, make a left, there were 2 other rooms, one room for privates and I think the next room was like a bathroom. And then there was the little mat. There was a couch back there.
There was like a little staff kind of, with the TV and stuff.
Hang out. Yeah. And then I still have an old picture super old picture. I just got my blue belt. I think it was me, Jesse, Omar, Angel, and Diego, and Junior, of all standing there. We were all teenagers in that room that had just got built, and there was a little couch there. We'd always sleep on the couch.
Angel was always around too, but rest in peace.
Yeah.
You heard about him, right?
Yeah. I heard about him. I was in Washington. It happened last year, right?
Yeah.
I was in Washington for work, and I kind of want to take days off to just kind of come down and, when I heard about it.
Yeah. I went to his wake. I was like, man.
He was always so happy.
Yeah, he's such a big part of those summer camps too. And
he loved it.
And Sevon too.
Yep, he loved it.
Yeah, he's a good kid. Always happy too.
Yeah, he's always had the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah,
his braces and everything.
Yeah.
He'd always wear the big mouth guard because in jiu-jitsu you just get all cut up.
Yeah.
And
he did get too in the 5 grappling.
Yeah, he
had
won
a super
the belt.
fight. Yeah,
he won the belt. He
Yeah.
was the first one here to go for the 5 grappling.
Like this, it was a super fight thing,
super
right?
Fight,
it was like on the pay-per-view. Was beginnings of
5 grappling.
It was just also like just streaming things, more.
You could see jiu-jitsu on TVs.
Yeah.
It was cool. But yeah. I think little Matthew too was in Vegas as well. I think I have a picture with him, Jesse, and I.
Matthew.
Little Matthew Ardone.
Yeah.
He was a
Was he there? Yeah.
He was a child. Yeah. It's a lot of old memories.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are the first crop, and then
first group of kids.
Heracli and all these guys, pushing you. And
I remember when I got my blue belt too. Heracli wasn't there, so 6 months later he had come and he just had to hit me. 6 months later, he's like, "Turn around." I was like, "No, I don't want it." He's like, "It's either you let me hit you or everyone else is gonna hit you after class." I was like, "Everyone else already hit me, man." Like,
he can get away with that,
yeah,
right?
6 months later,
it's like, nah, man.
Yeah, I didn't hit you. It's like, dude, come on, bro. And plus, like, he's not a small dude either. His belt is.
He has the worst. He has not the worst. He has the most brutal.
Yeah, his belt.
Whipping.
It's like a chain.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he laughs.
And then
at you.
between him and Anthony.
Oh yeah.
But I think Anthony he used to play. Anthony played baseball.
He's got the
wind up.
Yeah.
But he was inspired by how brutal Heracli. Yeah.
He's like, I aspire to be like him when I grow up.
Pretty much.
And now he is. He's the new Heracli when it comes to whipping. But yeah, it's definitely like now just sitting here, I think a lot of memories come up, and you're kind of like, dang, it really kind of made you into the person you are, and just life and jiu-jitsu. I spent a lot of time here.
Yeah, man. I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's amazing, Firefighter. It's really cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
Just keep going now.
Black belt.
New black belt.
Yeah.
And then
it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal, and I mean, you're a young man, and it's a lot of consistency.
Yeah,
and it's a great example.
Yeah,
just to stay consistent,
Yeah, and like, I messed up on my speech, obviously.
No, you didn't.
No, but I did want to like say thank you to like my parents, because you speaking on my mom, she was there every day, like And I think anybody who rolled with me when I was younger was more scared of her than me. Because she's like, you hurt my son, I'm gonna hurt you.
That's a she's always.
Yeah, she'd just be watching him like a hawk. I remember I got dumped on my head one time, and mom was like, "You really want to do this for it?" My neck would always hurt, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's the sport I chose. You know, it's the one thing I chose and I stuck with.
Yeah.
Which still kind of blows my mind. It's like, I'm proud of myself for that. It wasn't for anybody. It was just more for myself. And I think, so at purple belt, I was kind of like, I got to control my emotions. At brown belt, it was like, I'm gonna not ever get mad, like at anything. Just I want to teach everybody what I know if they ask, you know, and I want to help everybody if I can. And
like you're showing me and some of the black belt stuff. Yeah. It's cool, you know.
You know, like
like James, like it's like your little nephew that's like, you know, coming in and teaching you.
You know, like, and I feel so like welcome. Like it's like when I was a kid, everyone's like, I was like, oh, you're like a big brother. You're like a big brother. You're like dad. You know, like. It's just kind of cool. It's like a family that like you didn't really choose. So it's kind of like, but then you get accepted and you're like, oh my gosh, this is great. Like, and I remember there a few times too, I trained super late at night and you or both you guys would like take me home because we lived like 10 minutes away from each other. So I was like, this is sick. I get to train all day and then get driven home because I don't have my car.
Yeah, man. It's cool.
Yeah,
Did you think the legacy was that it was gonna grow? Because we were just in that one space, and now it's like the whole block.
It's huge. Yeah, it's half the block now. We got to take over the next corner now too, you know. So whenever they decide to leave,
dude's like, no.
Yeah, why not? You know. But yeah, I like because I was here when it first opened. Yeah, it was just one room.
Right.
One room and a little Muay Thai room.
That was before the Muay Thai room.
Yeah,
it was a year before the Muay Thai room, and so that was like the next year.
Yeah, and then I think like every year since. It was always an addition. I remember you guys had you guys used to have the octagon down there.
The cage, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we used to have a fight team.
Yep. Yeah. All the super
you were in school.
I was in school, yeah.
We were training in the mornings.
Yeah, I remember you had taken all those older guys to Brazil. And I was begging my mom to go. Mom's like, you got to go to school, man. I was like, no, I don't. I want to do jiu-jitsu. But I was super like, I fell in love with it, you know, like going to Brazil. I don't care. I'm gonna go.
Have you gone?
I haven't.
Okay.
We still need to go sometime, you know?
That's it.
But yeah, and then I remember George would always beat me up because he was closest in age. If Josiah wasn't beating me up, it was him, you know? Because George is super young too.
Yeah.
He was always beating the crap out of me. I was like, dude, this sucks. Why do I want to keep doing this? Like, and he's strong, man. He's strong for his
athletic.
size.
The athletic family, yeah.
Yeah.
Even Eduardo, you know.
Eduardo's strong.
Gain that weight, but he still move.
He move.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to this day, beats me up. You know, I don't think I've ever caught him once. So it's like, I don't know if I'll ever catch him. Maybe if he's like super old in a wheelchair, I'll be able to catch him, you know, but it's just kind of like, it's always good competition. And I think those relationships you build are important too. It's like, I can always kind of call him when I need something, you know, or like advice, you know, like I remember I was going through something and then him and I would talk and then come down here at night and just spar. I don't know what we were doing. We just hit each other, you know. It's kind of just cool to be able to have that person at that young of an age in such a like crucial time in your life where you're learning or where things get where like you take things on later in your life, you know, like learning wise and mannerisms and whatnot. And him being as tough as he is, it's like I think that kind of translated in my jiu-jitsu where it's like I'm not tapping to anything. I'll wiggle my way out. I'll slight tear something, but I'm not tapping. Like, you know? And like couple that with like Jesse and your old school ways and like Aracli's very like stoic mannerisms. It's like it's a disaster. You're just gonna get hurt every single training session.
Yeah.
You know, like,
it's the right environment. Like it's gonna be tough people, but you know, we don't try to hurt each other, right?
Yeah.
That's it. But
knock each other out.
Yeah. Train hard, right? But not hurt each other. You know,
Yeah.
We're good partners and stuff.
Yeah. Definitely think being a good partner is a big one if you ever want to get anywhere.
Yeah.
In life, you know, like
that's it.
Not even like relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like your friends. People you choose to relate yourself with.
You've grown up a lot, man, over the years. It's been amazing, man, to see you grow up.
Yeah.
Become like that you were just responsible and just well-rounded young man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
I mean,
so proud.
Almost half my life I've been doing jiu-jitsu, 26, 11 years now. So
yeah,
give it a few more years, it'll be half of my life.
Yeah.
And the majority of my life after that, So
yeah, that's it.
I was super stoked on getting a black belt and going to Hawaii soon, which is
nice.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Got some friends out there that I made through jiu-jitsu as well.
Nice, cool.
Tim, you know Tim here.
Tim,
black belt. Tim Hirata, Hawaiian.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, meeting him too through Steve Baca's gym.
Yeah, cool.
He introduced me to some of his friends. And
nice.
That's where I got all the day-by-day gis from. And
nice.
Finally, I was gonna go out 2 years ago, but then COVID hit.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then so 2 weeks I think, and I go to Hawaii and for a week and hang out with them and actually train on an island, which is pretty cool. I think.
Nice. So 2 week vacation?
No, it's 1 week vacation.
1 week. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That's cool, man. You get Christmas, get a little Christmas break, and then
get a little New Year's break too.
New Year's break, get a week off.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Got everything.
Yeah, you've been grinding for a lot of years, and
get a solid week off. Turn my phone off and drive around the island, flip flops all day.
Not that it's what, like 45 degrees or 50 degrees here, and you're wearing flip flops.
Yeah. I'm still wearing flip flops.
Aren't you cold?
I'm still wearing flip flops. Yeah. My mom gets on me that like a lot. I'll wear a jacket, hoodie, beanie, everything, but still wear flip flops. Like, cause work, I wear boots.
Yeah.
If I can wear flip flops,
let those feet rest, right?
Yeah. Let my toes spread out.
Yeah. Nice. I have one question. We just talked about the journey, and what advice would you give to a white belt?
Definitely don't take it personally, and just like in jiu-jitsu, whatever you like, know for the most part, anytime anybody's trying to like, whether you're getting like beat up or whatnot, it's look at it in a positive way. We're like, okay, you get beat up, this way doesn't work now. Keep trying. Like I was saying, like at purple belt, I was getting beat up by white belts at purple belt trying to bear and bowl, right? Like it will work out. I don't care how
believe in the process.
Believe in it, right? Like I was always looking forward to like the next thing, which was not a good thing, but I'm glad I realized it before I got a black belt. Like it's not about the end goal. It's good you have a goal, right? Everybody who starts just wants to be black belt. It's like the coveted belt. But I definitely think like the relationships you make along the way, everything you learn along the way, not even just about jiu-jitsu. Like jiu-jitsu may be a tool that makes you realize something in life, right? Like you want to do this, you don't want to do that, and like you're a lot mentally and physically, you're a lot stronger than you are for the most part. Like, and just kind of always be open to learn things. Don't ever write somebody off, right? Like I don't care their age.
Stay humble.
Yeah, their age, sex, everything. Just like Alan
Savage,
you're amazing. Like, how old is he?
Yeah,
he's
76, I think. Yeah, 76.
Yeah,
going on 77.
Since the day I ever saw him, he was always earlier than me. I don't have a great reputation of showing up on time, but he was always studying.
Yeah,
right. Like I guarantee you, he knows more than me, and I've been doing jiu-jitsu longer than he has. Who am I to write him off? He can teach me something I've never seen.
Yeah.
So it's always be open to learn. I don't care what it is. Like just learn. You can never stop learning in jiu-jitsu, especially jiu-jitsu. Right? It's a never-ending book. So
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Thank you, brother.
That was cool.